That's me, man. When I bartended, I used to bartend at the Improv. When I was,
Really?
Yeah. For 2
What
years. 1980.
Whoa.
Holy shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I used to see everybody come in. The Robin Williams, Andy Kaufman.
Wow.
But I didn't never bartended before. But I befriended the regular bartender. He goes, "Hey, you want to work?" I said, "Yeah, but I never bartended." So I got one of those Boston bartender guides, and I kept it under the bar. I thought the more alcohol you put in it, like the college mentality, people would love it.
Right.
But a lot of times they come back and say, "Hey, can you give me another glass like full of like soda water so I can make this a regular drink?"
They're mixing the drink.
Yeah.
Who was the biggest drunk back then?
You know, it really wasn't obvious, but there were some people in there that come in. I mean, you know, so many people would come in there. Timothy Leary would come in.
Whoa.
Yeah, and Roy Scheidner would come in with Bob Fosse.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I saw everybody in there. Robin Williams would come from filming Mork and Mindy with his suspenders on. And
You made
Andy
Roy
Kaufman.
Scheider drink?
Yeah.
What did he drink?
Scotch and sodas. It's funny how bartenders remember exactly what people drink. Richard Lewis would come in. He would get a white wine, and he'd always leave me a $2 tip.
Hey.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it's a good tip.
That was a good tip. Yeah. I was always embarrassed at how much the drinks cost. Like for a beer, it was like $2.75. And when somebody ordered a beer, I give it to him. I go, "I'm sorry, it's $2.75."
I'd kill for a $2.75 beer.
Richard Lewis, he put him back, right?
Oh my God, he was so great, man. He loved. He became sober after a while, but he would kill in that room, man.
Yeah,
he was like
really?
an expat New Yorker. He had the whole audience was expat New Yorkers, and it just had this energy and this buzz. You know, Richard Lewis would get on and just crush it. Andy Kaufman, Jay Leno. I mean, that room, you could feel it pulsing. You know, it was just so crazy. And I would watch sometimes from the peephole upstairs from the office, Bud Freeman's office. I could see down there because it couldn't go in the room because it was too packed.
Yeah.
And it was just such a great experience for me because I got to talk to comics that were, you know, established. One time Andy Kaufman was outside and I knew he was into TM, right? So I was so scared to talk to him because, you know, I'm such a fan of his. And I go, hey Andy, can you tell me a little about TM? For a half hour, he talked about TM, rarely looking at me, just looking at the traffic out on Melrose going by. And all I'm doing is looking at the moles on his face. And I'm listening to him. You know?
He did have some crazy cheek moles.
Yeah, he did.
How about Pryor? Did he ever come in?
Richard Pryor never came in that I remember at the Comedy Store. I mean, at the Improv, but he would come up here at the Comedy Store and play a lot. I saw him here once.
How was that?
Oh, it was great, man. But he would start off with, he wouldn't have anything. You know, he would just develop it. And you come back like 3 weeks later and he's got this whole hunk, you know, whole act.
Wow.
What he's doing. So, yeah, that was the cool thing. I was so lucky to be in that part. And back then there was only like 50 comics.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
You know? And then I go off to do SNL. I come back. I never stopped doing stand-up, but all of a sudden, it's not just Italians, Jews, Irish guys, blacks. It's like Pakistanis, you know. It's every nationality you could think of. And you know, everybody's funny now.
That's crazy. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
That's a stretch. But now there's 50 comics on the lineup at the store. It's crazy.
But I knew everybody's act. You would know everybody's act because you knew every comic.
But that's also a bad thing.
It is.
That you're like, these guys aren't writing enough, you know?
I would see Jerry Seinfeld. Same thing, you know, like a lot of us over and over. And I knew exactly where people swallowed before they took the punchline or they did a little, you know, fake indigestion thing before the punchline.
Yeah.
I mean, you know exactly what they're going to do.
Yeah. He has all these things where he says, if I move my hand this way, I get a bigger laugh than if I move it that way. Like he's so dialed in with that shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
So it was a great experience to be back then. It was a good ride.